everyone, True here, back with another video. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day. And before we get into today's deck, please remember to like and subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 50 subscribers. And once we do get to 50 subscribers, we will be having a giveaway. So please subscribe, and while you're at it, drop a like. Really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. So do me a favor, like and subscribe, and let's get into today's deck. So today's deck is a combozation deck that I played at an online tournament hosted by Plague League. I'll link their Discord in the description. Will be the first link in the description. And they host standard tournaments and expanded tournaments weekly. You get a free pack for entering, so go show them some love. They also sell cheap Pikarom codes and super cheap trainer toolkit codes, so please go check them out. Get yourself a free pack for entering a tournament. And without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. So for those of you who do not know what combozation is, the idea is to charge up Zacian using Intrepid Sword, attach Metal Energy to it, and using Brave Blade. 230 damage is a lot of damage, and it's enough to 2-hit knockout any big VMAX or 1-hit knockout any V basically. And in order to make the deck, in order to speed up our process of winning, we utilize Jirachi's Prism Star's Wish Upon a Star. Basically, when we take it from the prize cards, if we have a free bench space, we can put Jirachi Prism Star onto the bench and take another prize card. So it's like having an Altered Creation GX, except no Altered Creation GX. We have Jirachi Prism Star. In order to get this into the prize cards, we use Oranguru's Primate Wisdom ability to put it on top of the deck, and we use Mr. Mime's Pantomime ability to switch it with one of our prize cards. The good thing is we don't need to shuffle our prize cards after we put Jirachi Prism into them, so we can just take Jirachi Prism right out of the prize cards and take an extra prize card. And some interesting techs, Hoopa for the Dragapult matchup, super useful for the Spear 2 matchup. Evil Admonition is just such a good attack in today's meta, as a lot of Pokemon have abilities, including the Dedenne-GX and Jirachi. I played the Fini. I didn't play against any Baby Blondes, but Baby Blondes is a pretty hard matchup for combozation, believe it or not, if they get going. So Tapu Fini really helps us out in that scenario. And I played one of Dusk Necrozma for the Pikarom matchup. Did not face any Pikarom. I faced 2 combozation mirrors and 2 Dragapult VMAX decks. Went 4-0. Dusk Necrozma, didn't really use it, but it's super useful in the Pikarom matchup. Dusk Shot being able to finish off a Pikarom after we hit them with Zacian, even if they have Big Charm, because Dusk Shot goes around resistance, which is what makes it so good. And that's basically all I have to say for the deck. The rest of the deck, pretty straightforward build. The 2 Marnies, the 4 Research, the 11 Energy. That's all I have to say for the deck, really. No Zamazenta. I really don't like Zamazenta. That's just my preference. And yeah, let's just hop into some games. Alright, so hopping into our next game against Luna522098. Good luck to him or her, and we do lose the coin flip, so we probably will be going second, and we will be going second as expected. So here, pretty good start. We can Dedenne-GX and look to draw a lot of cards the following turn, and there's a Jirachi from our opponent, so let's see what our opponent is playing. There's a Stellar Wish. Let's see what they grab here. They grab Ultra Space. Okay, so looks like we are up against Baby Blacephalon, which is not a good matchup, but we can get that early aggression with the Tapu Fini, take a knockout on our opponent's Jirachi, which is pretty good for us. Let's see if they have the Zacian turn 1. And just a pass from our opponent, so we can definitely take advantage of our opponent's lack of draw for now. So here, we can Ultra Space, take a look through the deck, and we prized our Fini. That's unfortunate. So probably not going to be knocking out our opponent's Jirachi this turn, which is pretty unlucky, I would say. So we can just Dedenne-GX his hand away, I think, and dig for a draw supporter. There are some draw supporters, which is pretty good for us. We can quick ball away, get rid of a Marnie, go for a Zacian V, and just use Intrepid Sword, I guess. Actually, I'm going to Marnie our opponent, but it sort of sucks that we have to use Marnie, but we have to. I really want to attach an energy this turn. There's some metal energy, there's an Acro Bike to work with, so we have some things going for us. So here, let's Acro Bike, take the Zacian, and here we can Stellar Wish, look for a Quick Ball. No Quick Ball to work with, unfortunately. I think I will just take the research for the following turn, and our Jirachi's probably going to die, which is pretty unfortunate. So here, attach the Zacian, Intrepid Sword. There's an energy that's pretty good, and we can hopefully look to combo the following turn. Yeah, just super unfortunate that we prized our Tapu Fini. That's definitely not what we wanted. Our opponent probably has Welder in hand, so they will be able to take a knockout on our Jirachi. There's a boss's orders from our opponent, but they can't utilize that if they don't have 2 energies attached here, so they cannot utilize that this turn. There's a Quick Ball. They'll probably go for Dedenne-GX. They get rid of a Jirachi. There's the Dedenne from our opponent. Looks like they're digging for a Welder. Definitely good for us that there's the boss's orders from our opponent, but they can't they can't use Fireball Circus this turn. So I really don't understand this line of play from our opponent. Definitely feels a little bit weird in my opinion. So I'm pretty sure that's a misplay from our opponent. Next turn we can boss his orders, bring up this Blacephalon if we really wanted to, take a knockout on that. We do still have Great Catcher in deck, so we can utilize that. So definitely a little bit of a misplay on our opponent's side. I'm definitely happy they left Jirachi around. Definitely looking to utilize that. And just a pass from our opponent. So wow, we have all 4 Zacians in our hand. Let's Ultra Space. Take a look through our deck again. We have the Great Catcher. They give us a Heartbreak, but they misplayed hard last turn. I really don't understand why they did that. So here, I will just attach to the Zacian. Don't really feel the need to bench another Zacian, and I think I will just boss his orders up to Blacephalon. Make it a bit harder for our opponent to take a knockout on our Zacian, and we get the first attack in. So pretty good for us, I would say. There's a Metal Energy, that's great. We can use that the following turn. If our opponent drops an Escape Board, we can use Tool Scrapper. There's a Zacian from our opponent. So since they benched this, I don't know why they would bench this before using Stellar Wish. You definitely don't want to bench a second 2 prize card or in this matchup for sure. There's the Heat Factory from our opponent. Unfortunately, they will be able to abuse that all game. You're definitely looking for a Welder. They do have Oranguru available to them, so let's see if they manage to pull that out. Yeah, so our opponents taking their time making their decisions. Next turn, we can look to research this hand away. We only need to bench one more Zacian. I think we're only going to use 2 Zacians in this matchup. Our last 2 prize cards will probably be Hoopa and that Tapu Fini if we draw it off the prize cards. Does our opponent have nothing going for them? If they just Heat Factory pass, there's the Victini from our opponent. They don't have enough energy in the discard pile yet to take a knockout on our Zacian V. There's the attachment. Do they have the Welder? No, just the Intrepid Sword from our opponent. This is huge for us. So we need to hit a switch next turn. We're only down 1 switch, so pretty good chance. There's the switch we were talking about. So here, I think I will try to get a... I think I will try to go for a Boss's Orders. I think sounds good to me. Stellar Wish. No, but we do get a Metal Saucer, which is pretty nice. So that can help us charge up another Zacian. So I will indeed take that Metal Saucer for sure. Metal Saucer to the bench Zacian, and we can dig for Great Catcher this turn. Sort of unfortunate we have to get rid of Tool Scrapper, but it has to go. So let's research. Draw some cards. No Great Catcher, but there's a Boss's Orders for the next turn. And here I think we can just take a knockout on this Jirachi and look to knock out a 2-prizer the following turn and close out the game with a Great Catcher. So yeah, I think we're looking like we're in a pretty good spot right now, to say the least. If they're down there, they probably only play 1 Boss's Orders. I couldn't imagine our opponent playing 2. So let's take a knockout on this Jirachi. No combo, which is unfortunate, but we're getting pretty ahead on the prize race, to say the least. So let's take a prize card. It's a research, that's fine. So let's see what our opponent has going for them. We're down all of our Zacians, so we do need to keep that in mind. There's the Heat Factory from our opponent. Let's see if they hit a Welder this turn. They have a lot left in deck. So they need 1 more energy in the discard pile. They probably have a Fiery Flint in hand. Would not be shocked at all to see them play a Fiery Flint and get rid of a fire energy. But Heat Factory is all they have to work with. There's the Fiery Flint we were talking about. So yeah, no, they don't get rid of any fire energy. So they must have second Fiery Flint in hand or Quick Ball in order to take a knockout on this Zacian. So that's expected. Of course, there's a Welder from our opponent. Probably weldering onto this Baby Blacephalon. So next turn, only 1 from our opponent, which is a pretty unusual play, I must say. There's the Fiery Flint, so they will be taking a knockout on the Zacian V, as expected. So maybe I should have benched another Zacian, but yeah, maybe I should have, because now we're running out of attackers, which is never ideal, to say the least. So if Hoopa cannot one-shot this Victini Prism Star, unfortunately. But keep in mind we can use pair streams if we desperately need to. There's the Infinity from our opponent. So this turn we can look to Boss's Orders, bring up this Zacian. But prizing that Fini, man, just really hurts us. So here, let's see what we have. There's a Metal Energy top deck. Let's Stellar Wish. Go for that Quick Ball. See what we have left in deck. Quick Ball away this Metal Energy. Hoopa is in deck. We can grab the Oranguru, Scoop Up Net Jirachi Prism, and hopefully draw into a Mr. Mime, I guess. That doesn't feel good at all, however. I think we go for the Mime here. Yeah, maybe I should have benched another Zacian. That's a misplay on my part. Decisions. Yeah, I think I will just grab the Oranguru here. Scoop Up Net the bench Jirachi Prism Star. Primate Wisdom, put the Jirachi Prism back on top of the deck. There's another Metal Energy. That's not what we're looking for at all. I think here we just have to gust up Zacian, take a knockout, and hope we draw into a Tapu Fini from the prize cards, and then combo knock out this Blacephalon. I think that's our game plan here, because don't have a lot left. They do have Cramorant, so This is gonna be a close one, I would imagine. So let's boss's orders, bring up the Zacian V, just knock it out. Not a whole lot else we can do. We could have knocked out this Blacephalon, but I imagine with that big hand from our opponent, they would have another baby. There's the Tapu Fini, so we can definitely still win this game for sure. But we're down 3 Scoop Up Nets, so we're still pretty far away from winning this game. Definitely feels like that. So there's the heat factory from our opponent once again using that. Maybe I should have gusted up this Blacephalon because our opponent could potentially only play 3 baby Blacephalon and they would have been out of attackers, so maybe I should have done that. But they could also play Ordinary Rod. They're down all 3 Jirachis. I think our opponent only plays 3 Jirachis. I don't really see them playing 4. Let's see what our opponent decides to do. They're taking their time. Actually, is this the same person I faced in the first match? It might actually be. I'm not entirely sure though. So there's a Scoop Up Net, probably on the Victini Prism Star. I don't understand why they wouldn't just promote the baby Blacephalon. They're practically guaranteed a welder, so don't really see the reasoning behind that. So there is the Dance of Tributes from our opponent. We have the Fini in hand. As long as our opponent does not stamp us, which they could again potentially play, we should be in a pretty good spot. So there's the welder from our opponent onto the baby Blacephalon, and we need to pull off combo or we do lose the game because our opponent does play that Cramorant. There's the Mew, that's fine. We don't have any way to snipe their bench. There's a Fire Crystal, sure. And they will be taking the knockout on our Zacian V. So we desperately need to pull together combo this turn, without a doubt. And there is the Fireball Circus, and they will take 2 prize cards, and we need to combo this turn. There's no other real way to say that. And we do top deck the Jirachi Prism Star, which is unfortunate. Let's Acro Bike. There's the Quick Ball, so I think we actually have game now in hand. So let's Quick Ball away the research, go for that Mr. Mime, and we will be taking a dub against the opponent, I think, who we lost to in the first round of this video. So that's pretty nice. So here, Mr. Mime, switch top right and bench Tapu Fini, attach to Tapu Fini, retreat into Tapu Fini, and just take a knockout. And that will be a dub against baby Blacephalon. Take the Jirachi Prism Star, and take the last prize card. And that's gonna do it for today's video. A little bit unusual finding the same person on ladder, but that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, remember to have a good day, stay safe, and peace out.